Okay, class. Now we're going to work on our first contract. It's going to be a storage contract, which means that we're going to be able to store and retrieve a value. So here I specify the version of Solidity that I want to use with Pragma, then Solidity, then 0.5.1, which is the version I mentioned you before. And we're going to we declare the contract. We're going to call this contract. It's going to be contract. We're going to call it contract 1. You can call it whatever you want. You open the bracket here and it closes here. So everything inside here is the contract. The first thing we want to do is declare our variable. So we're going to declare our variable here. We're going to call this variable 1. You can call it whatever you want here. It doesn't matter. And we need to specify that this is a string variable. The second thing that we want to do is allow the public to get this variable. So we're going to create a new function called get. So we go function to create a new function, then we name it get. You can call it whatever you want here, doesn't matter. We're going to make this public, and we allow the public to view it. And what this is going to do is going to return a string that is going to be stored in the memory. And what this function is going to do is going to return variable 1, which we declared before. So first I'm going to run this. I'm going to erase this for now. I'm going to run it. And when you click in get, what happens? Nothing. It's empty. Why? Because we created the variable, but we didn't add any value. We didn't assign value to the variable. So the first thing we're going to do right now, the next thing is create we're going to use this function called constructor. It's going to be for the public view as well. It's going to be, we're going to assign a default, I'm sorry about this. We're going to assign a default value to our variable 1 that we created before. Alright. So if we run it like this, deploy, we see get default value. Here you can put everything, whatever you want, doesn't matter. It's default value. And the next thing we're going to do is allow the public to actually set the value of the variable. So here we're going to create this new function called set. Inside set, we're going to add a value. Here it doesn't matter, you can call it whatever you want, as long as it's consistent. It's going to be a string stored in the memory. It's going to be public. So public it's going to be able to interact with this function. And what this is going to do is going to assign, it's going to take variable 1 and it's going to give it the value of value. We call this value that it's going to be a string that we're going to insert here. A little confusing, I know, but let me deploy it so you understand it clearly. Here you can see the two functions publicly, that the public can view, that we made it public here. If we click get, we see the default value, and if we click set, first we can insert here the value that we want to set. I'm gonna add this string $, set, boom, it worked, and now get, oops, boom, and now we receive $. So this is how you create your first contract. This is called the transaction window, which is a list of all transactions that we have done in this virtual blockchain. It's the ledger of the blockchain in this case. You can see here if there is an error, it will let us know as well. So this is the first lesson. Thank you.